welcome to LCR and more. I have some Christmas decor DIYs to share with you, so let's get into it. I will be making a sign for the first DIY. I'm going to take this wood round and I've already marked it off where I want things to go. I'll be using some cardstock, some paints. I have engine red and white. The engine red is by Folk Art and the white is chalk paint by Waverly. I'll also be using a galvanized welcome word sign, and then I already marked off where I want things to go. So I just, took my ruler and marked off, spaces. So I just wanted to make the line you've seen going vertically, that I just wanted to make sure I got an even space from the hole where the hanger will be down to where I want my cardstock to land. So I just measured on both sides just to make sure, and it's not even, the rounds are not even, but I got it as close as I can. So now I'm going to paint the top portion with that white chalk paint, making sure to get the sides of the wood round. So I want the top portion to be white and then the middle section to be red, and then I'm going to add that welcome word. So here I'm just kind of eyeballing where I want the white to end and then the red to start. So I'm just painting that top portion, and then I'll paint the middle section, and I won't show that in my video, but we'll just go on. While my wood round was drying, I went ahead and I painted this tag. I will insert a picture right here of the package. I got that at the Dollar General. And then with my Cricut, I cut out the words Gnome, Sweet Gnome with some white vinyl, kind of a play on words there, home, sweet no home, or, Gnome, Sweet Gnome in this case. And I'm just going to apply my vinyl to this little sign. And now I'm going to add this adorable cardstock to my sign. I got this from my dear friend Paula over at Paula's MJ's Place. I will link her channel in my description box. Please go visit her and tell her Laura said hi. You are just going to absolutely love her. So here I'm just, the cardstock says winter in 2 places. So I'm trying to make sure I get it in 2 spots. So I'm just trying to measure and figure out where I want to cut this cardstock. Once I get it cut, I'll add it to my wood round. Then I'm just going to paint on some Mod Podge here. I was going to use a Elmer's glue stick, but I did not have one. So I went ahead and got my Mod Podge out, but you can use either or any type of glue you would like. So that's what I'm using is Mod Podge. And then I'll just add the paper here, eyeballing it, just getting it straight as I can and making sure both the words winter are, on there. And then once this dries, then I will take my emery board and sand off the edges. But for now, while that's drying, I'm going to add my galvanized word. Using some E6000 and some hot glue, I'm going to glue down that welcome word right to the center of my sign right on top of the engine red color. I felt like it just needed a little something. It was a little flat looking to me. So I'm going to take my wood banding and I'm going to frame out that word welcome. So I'm just going to add some wood glue to my banding and just lay that down. And I'll cut the excess off in just a bit. And then using my emery board, I'm just going to sand off the edges of this paper, just making sure I sand in a downward motion as to not tear my paper. And this just makes such a clean cut on your projects. I love using this technique. And then with a pair of scissors, I cut that wood banding off, making sure it was rounded because it is a round sign. So, and then I just took my emery board and lightly sanded that as well, just to make sure there was no sharp pieces poking out. When I saw these snowmen beads at the Dollar Tree, I just knew I had to craft with them. They are so cute, and I thought, how cute would this be to use them as actual hangers? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the jute that it came with, the hanger that it came with, and I'm burning off the little fuzzies. And on these pieces, sometimes they have that little like shoelace on the end of a shoelace, you know, that plastic, and this one does. So what I did is I poked it through that gnome, sweet gnome sign, and then I poked it through my wood sign, you know, where the original hanger hole is. And then I'm going to take that jute and I'm going to feed it through the little loop that's on the bottom of these ornaments. It's where the knot is that, you know, holds the bead inside. And then I'm going to take the end of that hanger, and I'm going to just poke it through from the front to the back on to the sign, and it just makes the cutest little hanger, you guys. Now I ended up shortening this. I thought it just looked better shortened, but you'll see that at the end. But I just love it. It's not turned around right now, but wait till you see. I think it's absolutely adorable. Mr. Snowman's scarf was a little twisted, so I just took some hot glue and glued that down in place. And isn't he cute? Oh my goodness. Okay, so then I'm going to glue that gnome, sweet gnome, slanted. You know, I don't want it straight. I wanted a little crooked, just like that. And then I was like, okay, I need more on the top. I know sometimes less is more, but in this case, it just needed something. I'm going to take this greenery, and I believe I got this at Walmart, and it's 98 cents, and I'm just going to add that to the top there just to fill in that voided space. And then I made that cute little bow off to my right there, and I'm going to add that as well. So I'm just going to slant this just like that and just glue that down to my sign, add the bow, and it is done. Let me know what you guys think about this. Should I have left it alone, or did you like the way I added that greenery and bow? So yeah, I would love to know, because I think I just love this sign. All right, you guys, let's move on to the next DIY. For this DIY, I'm going to make another sign, but this time I'm going to use the wooden media frames from the Dollar Tree, and I already painted it with white chalk paint just to save time. Then I will be using a pail of snowballs I got from the Dollar General last year. some greenery from Walmart, 98 cents, you guys. And then I cut out Let It Snow wording and design from Cricut Design Space, and I'll be adding that to the top. So the first thing I did after painting and drying, I'm going to add my design here, and I'm just going to add that to the very top as close as the edge to the edge as I can get it.
Last year I thought about how things can come around just like that if everyone is here to celebrate one day. We have our ups and downs, but when there's love there's always a way. And oh, this time of year we come together to celebrate.
And now using just hot glue, I'm going to glue that pail of snowballs right to the very edge of my sign, just like so. And then I'm just going to cut these florals down, and I'm just going to add those. This is a super simple DIY. It's mostly gluing. So yeah, I'm just going to glue that down just like that. Okay, and then off camera, I got another beaded snowman. This was in the gray tones, and what I did is I took the hanger from the sign and I beaded beads on each. So I added some beads to the hanger, added the snowman, then added more beads to the hanger, and I am just going to feed this from front to back and knot it in the back, making sure it's, nice and tight and it's not too long. There's no jute showing except for, the knots. And look at that. Oh my goodness. This is just, I just can't with these snowmen, you guys. And it just makes this sign, it was such a simple sign, but yet with those beaded snowmen, I just think that it just ups the level a little bit, and it's just something different, So let me know again what you think about this one. Man, I just think he's so cute. Oh, and here I wanted to mention, so when I fed that jute or the hanger through the sign here, I then wrapped the jute around and knotted it. That way, I made sure that the bead stays on top of the ledge there, on top of the frame, instead of just dangling in the back or the front. So that's what I did there. And I added some hot glue where it was needed just to keep that in place as well. I just felt it looked better, sitting right on top of that frame. That's it for this one, you guys. A pretty simple DIY. Okay, for my last DIY today, another simple one. I'm going to take one of these cathedral pieces from the Dollar Tree. It was like a tan color. I painted it with white chalk paint, the spray by Rust-Oleum, and I'm showing you here, that's the color it was. It was tan, and so I've got that painted and dried, and now I'm going to take this tool. I saw May over at Craft Away with May. She made something similar. That's where I got this idea. What a great idea. Please go check her channel out. I will put her channel in my description box as well. I'll be using some ribbon. I also painted up a Merry Christmas word, and I made a wreath. And here I'm showing you I needed some plastic. So I'm going to cut off a plastic from my file folder here that I used for my vinyl, all my scraps. So I hope these come back to the Dollar Tree, because I'm running out of the plastic. I've used this plastic before. I had to actually take it from the front now. I'm running out. So anyway, I'm just going to cut this off, and I'm going to use that. So what I want to do is I want the tool to be sandwiched between the plastic. That way it won't get dirty. It can be wiped off, because tool will pick up dust. It'll pick up fuzzies. It'll pick up anything because it's like a rough texture. So anyway, that's what I'm doing here.
Last year I thought about how things can come around just like that if everyone is here to celebrate one day. We have our ups and downs, but when there's love, there's always a way. And oh, this time of year, we come together to celebrate. Yes, every time the snow is falling down and it is cold outside, we gather around the fireplace and no one cares about yesterday.
Okay, I've got it sandwiched in between that plastic, and now I'm just going to glue that down just a spot here and there, and that's ready to go. And then I'm just going to glue that to the back of this sign here, or this window decor or wall decor. And I'm just kind of eyeballing it here. Now I did get it a little off, but that's okay. No one's going to see it. I see it because, I'm making it. But I should have been more careful when I was gluing this down. But it's fine. There I was trying to fix it, but it's fine. So I just glued it down and just moved on. And then I just trimmed that up. I already painted this Merry Christmas word applique that I picked up from the Dollar Tree last year, and I'm going to add that to the bottom. And now I'm showing you how I made a little mini wreath. I've already got one made here. I just used a piece of pine wire, and I'm just going to add some berries here that I'm taking off of just a scrap piece of floral, and I'm just going to add them here and there. And now I want to hang my wreath, so I'm going to take that ribbon and I'm just going to slip it in between that one of those little windows on the top, and then pull it through, and then just loop it through my wreath, and then glue it. And that was it for that. And then just using some hot glue, I'm going to glue this right to the bottom, making sure that it's on the white part of the wall decor. That way you can actually see the Merry Christmas word. If I would have went up a little bit, you can see through it, and that word just didn't pop as much. So I'm just being very mindful of that, and I'm just going to add that to the bottom just like that. I just felt like that wreath needed a little something more, so I made a cute little bow using some thinner ribbon, and I'm just going to add that to the bottom, and here I'm showing you that ribbon. And that was it, you guys. This came out so cute. You can see the snowflakes like if you're looking through the window and it's snowing outside. I just love this idea, May, and I just had to, borrow it from you. And yeah, thanks for the inspiration. So that was it, you guys. And here is the final reveal.